Hello and welcome to our channel. In the midst of one of the darkest chapters in human history, a story of profound compassion and heroic resilience emerged. Woven into the fabric of World War II, a time of unimaginable suffering and death, there were moments that restored faith in humanity. Among these were the efforts of soldiers, civilians, and entire communities to spread joy through initiatives collectively known as Operation Santa Claus. This is a story of hope, unity, and the enduring power of human kindness. World War II left few corners of the globe untouched. Cities were reduced to rubble, families were torn apart, and millions of children were left to grapple with the horrors of war. Innocence, a hallmark of childhood, was stolen as young ones witnessed bombings, experienced hunger, and endured displacement. Yet, within this bleakness, the human spirit sought not just survival, but the reclamation of hope. Children, in particular, became silent symbols of the war's cost. Their vulnerability called out for something to protect, uplift, and remind them of the joy that life still offered. Christmas, as a cherished holiday, became a beacon of that joy, even amidst crushing despair. Amidst the chaos, Operation Santa Claus wasn't conceived as a grand, formal initiative. Instead, it grew organically from the hearts of soldiers and civilians who recognized a need for kindness. Realizing that Christmas could rekindle light in dark times, individuals, military units, churches, and families wove together efforts to bring the holiday to those most affected by the war, especially the children. The idea was simple but profound. People came together to distribute care packages, handmade gifts, and other tokens of joy wherever they could. These acts of generosity transformed ordinary moments into extraordinary gestures of compassion during extraordinary times. On the front lines of Europe and beyond, soldiers, many still young and away from their own families, sought ways to share the Christmas spirit. Soldiers pooled meager rations, improvised decorations, and handcrafted toys to bring cheer to local children in war-ravaged towns. While they fought for freedom and survival, they never forgot the importance of preserving humanity. One story captures Allied soldiers in a bombed-out French village during late December. They set up makeshift Christmas trees, baked whatever they could with rations, and dressed as Santa Claus to deliver small gifts to the children. These small acts, amidst the rubble, were moments of extraordinary significance. They reminded soldiers and civilians alike that even war could not extinguish the kindness of the human heart. Communities far from the battlefields also heeded the call to participate in Operation Santa Claus. Families, women's organizations, and church groups rallied together to create care packages filled with homemade toys, baked goods, knitted clothes, and handwritten letters. These packages were shipped abroad to soldiers who in turn shared them with children. Despite food rations and shortages, people on the home front found joy in giving. Mothers taught their children the same philosophy. Even in tough times, generosity could prevail. For those who had lost loved ones in the war, participating often became an act of healing, a way to honor the spirit of those they had lost. Though the central theme of Operation Santa Claus revolved around Christmas, how it was celebrated significantly varied across the world. Allied forces in Europe embraced classic Western traditions with decorated trees and Santa suits. Meanwhile, in the Pacific Theater, soldiers sometimes merged holiday customs with local cultural practices where they were stationed. The beauty of these celebrations lay in their flexibility. They adapted to the environment and circumstances while keeping the essence of Christmas alive. From a snowy makeshift camp in the Ardennes to a warm Pacific Island village, Christmas became, above all, a universal symbol of hope. Operation Santa Claus wasn't without its personal, poignant stories. In one particularly heartwarming instance, British soldiers stationed in Italy during Christmas 1943 organized a surprise for local children. Collaborating with villagers, they turned an abandoned schoolroom into a festive wonderland. Despite ongoing conflict nearby, laughter filled the air as children sang carols and opened small, handmade gifts provided by the troops. Another story emerges from occupied territories where resistance efforts quietly organized Christmas celebrations for children under the watchful eyes of enemy authorities. These were acts of defiance as much as compassion, proving that even under oppression, kindness and courage thrived. Even in prisoner of war, POW camps, the resilience of the human spirit shone during Christmas. Captured soldiers would share their minimal goods, scraps of food, makeshift decorations, to celebrate and keep morale alive. In some instances, POWs used their scant resources to craft toys or write letters that could be passed along to local children. These moments of selflessness are reminders that even in captivity, stripped of freedom, the human heart remained boundless in its generosity. Religious and community organizations, particularly churches, played a pivotal role in preserving the traditions of Christmas during World War II. They organized donation drives, holiday services for displaced families, and makeshift Christmas celebrations in community shelters. For many, churches provided a spiritual escape from the grim realities of the time. Similarly, groups like the Red Cross were instrumental in distributing gifts to children in refugee camps, orphanages, and even hospitals. Their efforts ensured that joy could penetrate even the most somber settings. One of the most remarkable aspects of Operation Santa Claus was its global nature. Soldiers, families, and civilians on every front, from Europe to the Pacific, North Africa, and beyond, participated in their own ways. Despite cultural and geographic differences, the theme of kindness transcended boundaries, serving as evidence of a shared humanity even in a divided world. Christmas celebrations during the war showcased how people from radically different backgrounds could come together for a single unifying purpose, restoring joy and hope where it was needed most. Operation Santa Claus faced numerous obstacles that make its triumphs even more heroic. Resources were scarce, bombs disrupted supply chains, and troops were often stationed in remote, dangerous locations. Despite these challenges, individuals found a way. Soldiers built toys from salvaged materials, bakers improvised recipes with rationed flour and sugar, and communities pooled their limited resources. These challenges underscored the resilience of those involved and their unwavering commitment to making Christmas special, no matter the circumstances. For the children, receiving gifts or participating in Christmas festivities was much more than a fleeting moment of happiness. It was a lifeline. It reminded them of their innocence, of a world that could still be kind and magical. A single toy or shared meal could transform their perception of the world around them. For some, these moments became lifelong memories, a poignant reminder that amidst the chaos of war, strangers came together to care for them. These acts of kindness didn't just uplift the spirits of children. They deeply affected the emotional well-being of the soldiers, families, and volunteers as well. Many soldiers reported that being part of such efforts brought a sense of purpose beyond the battlefield. It gave them a reason to fight not just for victory, but for the restoration of humanity. Back home, hearing about these moments of goodwill helped civilians maintain hope in the war effort and inspired countless others to contribute to similar causes. The historical significance of Operation Santa Claus lies not just in what it achieved, but in what it represented. It was a reminder to the world that, even amidst unimaginable horror, people can choose love, generosity, and connection. It highlighted the resilience of compassion in the face of destruction. For history enthusiasts, these stories are critical not just for understanding the nuanced realities of wartime, but for recognizing that history isn't just shaped by battles, it's equally shaped by acts of kindness. Operation Santa Claus stands as a testament to the enduring power of hope and humanity. It reminds us that even in the gravest circumstances, people can choose to rise above fear and hatred to spread warmth and joy. From dispirited children clutching handmade toys in bombed villages to weary soldiers finding purpose beyond the battlefield, this story transcends its time and continues to inspire us today. Operation Santa Claus was more than just a gesture. It was a powerful reminder of humanity's resilience and the unbreakable spirit of hope, even during the darkest days of war. These small acts of kindness brought joy to soldiers far from home and comfort to families facing unimaginable hardships. Today, as we gather with loved ones during the holiday season, let us remember the sacrifices of those who came before us and the strength they found in simple moments of joy. Their stories remind us that even in times of struggle, we can find light and love to share. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you and bye for now.